What's new at Charlie's? What's new at Charlie's? Still on Main. What's new at Charlie's?
Hi, welcome to another edition of What's New at Charlie's. This week we're going to step away from the bourbons. We're going to go back to the ryes. We did a rye earlier this year, the Cognac Cask Jefferson. This is more of a traditional rye. This is a Wild Turkey Rare Breed Kentucky Straight Rye. This is barrel proof, 112.2 proof, non-chill filtered rye. As always, here with my good friend Mr. Don Williams, the Bourbon Fool, Executive Bourbon Steward. How are you doing today, Don?
I'm good, Charlie, and I'm excited because we have not done a video on a Wild Turkey product yet.
No, you're right. We haven't, have we? No.
And I really like the folks at Wild Turkey, and
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah.
a lot of that goes back to meeting Mr. Russell and Jimmy Russell, that is, and spending some time with him. He's a great man. He's one of the true gentlemen in Kentucky bourbon.
Oh, he's a legend.
And it was really a great time, and I cherish it. And anytime we can talk about Wild Turkey, and this is Wild Turkey's super premium rye product. Charlie thinks it's going to be hard to find. Of course, you're going to be able to find it here at Charlie's Still on Main. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, one of the reasons we don't talk about Wild Turkey very often, I'm just sitting here thinking about it while you were talking. We have all the products on the shelf. I have everything they got. They don't drop a lot of new products very often like some of the other places do. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm such a big fan. I already have all their stuff. So this is the first new thing they've come out with since we've been doing this. So, yeah, I was told it was very limited, and I said I jumped right in and got some. Yeah, so you were telling me before the video shoot, it's kind of a different mash bill for a rye.
Yeah, you know, a lot of rye whiskeys are really heavy on rye, obviously, but by rule, definition, they only have to be 51% rye to be considered a rye whiskey. And this one is exactly 51% rye. It's really heavy on the corn, about 37% corn, and the rest made up with barley, of course. And the interesting thing is that should give this a little bit sweeter kind of finish than a lot of rye whiskeys, and that's exciting to me. The other thing is the rare breed designation for their bourbon rare breed. That's been around since '91. This is kind of a new take on having a rye rare breed, and they're considering it their premium rye.
Yeah, yeah. So I used to always tell people I don't like ryes, but you know what? Of all the ryes we tried, I've liked them. So maybe I should quit saying that and just say I enjoy them. But I'm curious to see how this one's going to do. With that high corn content, though, it's going to be a lot like a bourbon. I think it's going to have some sweeter finishes.
You would think it'd be closer to a bourbon.
I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
That's right, is to open it right up.
Let's open the bottle. Yeah, the Wild Turkey Distillery is I know you were just there not long ago, but that is, if you haven't been there yet, it is a fantastic place to go and check it out. Yeah.
It really is, and a lot of days, if you're fortunate enough, you might just run into Jimmy Russell in the visitor center, and he'll be glad to sign a bottle for you. And
Talk your ear off.
He's really a great guy if you get the opportunity. It's one of the reasons to go there for sure.
Absolutely.
We hit it right on the nose. It's a sweeter rye bourbon, or a sweeter rye whiskey for sure.
Yeah. It's pretty hot, though.
It's hot.
That's a hot one. That might need a cube for me.
But so sweet, I actually called it a bourbon because it really has a little bit of that taste.
The flavor's fantastic.
Now, that has a lot of finish on it, a long and heavy finish.
Yeah. Great flavor. Yeah.
The corn really mellows out the rye. don't get that rye forward like you would normally get in a rye whiskey.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's non-chill filtered means a lot of companies will use chill filtering to take out some solids that are left after the distilling process because they always want their product to be very, very clear. The fact that this is non-chill filtered means that if you chill it or put it on ice, you could get a little bit of cloudiness.
Yeah.
And all that is some of the solids regenerating, and it gives it its own character. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It just adds to
Yeah.
the character.
It's like fat in a steak. It's where a lot of the flavor is, but a lot of whiskeys take it out, where this is
Right.
going to leave all that flavor in. Trust me, that flavor is all in there, man. That is some big flavor.
And again, if you're not a rye whiskey person, you might want to try this one because this would be a bridge from bourbon to rye
Sure, absolutely.
because of the higher than average corn content.
Yeah, yeah. So, no, I think it's, like I said, ton of flavor, great finish. A little hot, though. Just a little hot. So,
Wild Turkey products take pride
that's true. That is
in
that is kind of a trademark of a Wild Turkey product. It's
That's
a
right.
little bit of heat up front. So, yeah.
Well, Charlie, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been to Wild Turkey, we suggest you go visit it for the view alone from the visitor center, and you'll understand it when you go see it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. The drive-in is pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And Charlie, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Don.
This is another good one, and I'm glad I had a chance to try it at Charlie Still on Main.
Yeah, and you could come back and try it at Charlie Still on Main anytime because it's going to be here. This is where you find it. All right. Well, I enjoyed this. I think it's a great whiskey, and
It really is.
yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
Tell me what's new, Charlie's. Charlie's.